Hey guys, I just wanted to show you a couple of things on this calculator, and I'm going to do an example similar to one that you'll see on the homework and on the quiz possibly. So again, you have access to this on your iPads and you are allowed to use it. So let's look at some data. So I'm going to use the data from one of my Algebra 1 classes, Test 2. Okay, so when we put data in, you go to Statistics. Okay, and then data, and I've already put the data in there. Okay, and you can see if it will default to frequency is 1. If you want to change the frequency, you just go over there and change it. Okay, so let's say I want to look at a histogram of that. So I'll go up to graph, and I'm just going to hit histogram. Okay, and it'll give you the histogram. So much better than the TI. Very easy way to make a histogram and shows your frequency. Okay, now let's see some descriptive statistics. All right, so I'm going to go to stats. We can see I've got the number of points, minimum, first quartile median, third quartile maximum, range, IQR, mean. So we have standard deviation, and that's population standard deviation and population variance. We have sample mean. Sample standard deviation is what we're going to use probably the most, unless it's specified population, but we're taking samples of the sum squared. We have modes, all right, and then mode frequency. So we have 3 modes in this case. That means 82, 97, 100 all occurred twice. Okay, so for this data set, all right, let's look at a couple of things. First, if you're asked for IQR, you have to be real careful. If it's an even set, the calculator will be correct. If it's an odd set, it will be incorrect according to what OnRamp's UT wants. So we have an odd set of 15 values. So we do need to calculate IQR by hand, all right? So we need to list them from least to greatest. So the first thing I want to show you is you can list these from least to greatest in your calculator. If you highlight that list or value V1, hit enter, and it'll do sort, and it'll sort it from least to greatest for you, okay? And then what I typically like to do is write the values out from least to greatest. Okay, so let's look at those values. So I've written them out here from least to greatest. So let's look at the Q3 and Q1 and how to calculate IQR for an odd set of data values. So first we need the median. So there's 15 values, so 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So that means we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on each side. So here would be my median. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So the median is there. Okay. Now when you take the quartiles, Q3 and Q1, the median has to be with that quartile. So I'm going to look at this upper half. I'm going to go to the middle of these values. So there's 4 on each side. So the middle between 93 and 97 would be 95. Okay. Then I'm going to go to this lower half and do the same thing. In the middle between 77 and 82 would be 79.5. Okay, so there's Q1, here's Q3. So to get IQR, we would do 95 minus 79.5. We get an IQR of 15.5. And you only have to do this if it's an odd number of values. If it's an even number of values, then the calculator will be correct. All right, so we got 15.5 for our IQR. So let's just check that with our calculator. Don't think it was 15.5. They got 20. Okay, so you can see there's quite a difference. All right, and you would get that question wrong. All right. Another thing I want to look at is a box plot. So You can do a box plot by hand, or the calculator will do it, okay? So I already have the histogram up. I'm going to hit type, and I'm going to look at a box plot. So here's my box plot, okay? So let's say that I had a question that said, what score would you have to score to be in the top, in the 75th percentile? Well, that would be Q3, so you'd have to make a 97 to be in your 75th percentile. And, the bottom half goes from 58 to 86. The bottom fourth is from 58 to 77, okay? So just some things that you can answer using this calculator. There's lots of other things you can do. We're going to get into those things, but pretty handy. I definitely like the way you plug in the data. It's much, much easier. So hope this helps. Reference this when you need it.